Hello guys, welcome back to the next tutorial. In this video, we're gonna take a look at another data type called tuple, and let's get started quickly. So here you come. It's our PyCharm, and I've created another Python file. So tuple is pretty much very much similar to list. The only difference is that they are immutable. And what does that mean? It means that you cannot change them like the way we do in list. That we can kind of add stuff on the fly in the basically not add stuff, change stuff on the fly. So let's define a list. Let's say my and list, and I can say something like this: 1 2 and 3. And if I print the list, my list, it's gonna print the list, right? So what I can do is I can change stuff, right? I can change stuff my list, and index 0 I can put 0, right? And if I again print stuff, print my list, then it's gonna show 0 2 3, right? So but tuples are not mutable, right? They are immutable. So how do we define tuple like my? So I'm just defining a variable name, my tuple, and we define it using the parentheses. So the lists are defined using brackets, square brackets, but tuple is defined using parentheses. That's one more difference. And I can just say 1 2 and 3. It's exactly like list. If you see it, the only difference is the name is the square brackets and the parentheses. Otherwise it exactly looks like the same. So I can just print my tuple here, and let's just print it. So this is the tuple, right? And this is the list. So I was saying that we cannot change it, right? So let's try it. Let's try it out. So my tuple and 0, and I'm just gonna try to put 0 up here. So first of all, you can see that it says tuples don't support item assignment. First of all, it says up here as well, right? So if I just even try to print my tuple, I'm sure it's gonna give us the exception or error, right? So right away it says that type error, tuple object does not support item assignment, and it's at line 16, and we know that line 16 is this. So this is the line 16, right? So tuples do not support the item assignment. They are immutable, and that's what the property of tuple is, right? And we said that it is just like list. So what more does it mean? It means that we can access elements as we do in list. So let's do that. So my tuple, and if I try to access the 0th index, it should print 1, right? So here you go, it can print 1 at the last, right? So we can do slicing and other stuff as well. So what I can do is I can just say print and my tuple, and I can say stuff like 0 or maybe 1 2 end. I can do something like that. So what it's gonna do is it's gonna print index 1 is 2 to 3, so it's gonna print 2 and 3, right? So it prints 2 and 3. So we can do slicing, and we can do pretty much everything we do on list, but not the methods. So there are only limited methods that's provided in tuples. So the only two methods that's available is finding the index of an item. So what I can do is I can try to find the index of the item if I know the item is present in the tuple. So let's say I want to find the index of it's gonna have to say dot index, and I want to find the index of 2. It's gonna show me 1 because it stays at the first index, right? 0 1 and 2. So if I'm gonna do that, it's gonna show me 1 up here, right? Similarly, I can find the index of 1, or maybe let's find for 3, and it says 2, right? Because it is at 0 1 and 2. And I can find for 1, and it's gonna show me 0, right? So let's try to find it for 10 and just hit run, and it's gonna show some value error that x is not in tuple. So 10 is not in the tuple, so it shows that error. So we can find the index of the tuple. The next available method in tuple is count. So what it does is it counts the number of times the particular item appears in tuple. So my tuple dot count, and I can say 1 or any item that's in the tuple, right? So if I say like this, run this code, it's gonna show 1 up here. So let's wherever we have defined the tuple, let's modify it. Let's put a couple of more 2's and 3, and that should be it. So if I try to find the count of 2 right now, it should show me 1, 2, and 3, because the count of 2 is 3, right? So here you go, it shows us 3, right? And if I try to find the count of 3, it should show me 2, right? So here you go. So these are the two methods that's available in the tuple, right? So even if I try to take a look, write my tuple dot, and these are the only two methods, count and index. All these are different things, different attributes and properties, but these are the only two methods, count and index. So one would ask, like, why would I use a tuple if it has just two methods and it's very much similar to the list? So the only answer is the only difference. So the difference is basically the only answer, right? And the difference is that it's immutable. So let's assume that in any of your program you want your items, the list of items, to be immutable and you don't want them to change, then use tuple. Just keep this thing, right? So it's just a very important point in this. That's the only difference in tuple and list. So that's pretty much it, guys. Tuples are easy. That's all it is. And so I would just say download this file, which is there for reference, and practice as much as possible. Let me know if you have any questions, guys. As always, stay tuned for the next lectures. Thanks, guys.